Hey guys, this is Buford again, and tonight we have a very special guest. His name is Michael Bell of FC Dallas fame. And Michael, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Now, before we get started, why don't you tell everyone where you committed to play soccer next fall?
I've decided to play and continue my career of academics and athletics at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College.
All right. So obviously that's in Mississippi. Is that where you live now? Is that an in-state school for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what attracted you to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College?
Well, I lived in Mississippi pretty much all of my life. I only spent about 6, 7 months in Texas so far. But before I left for Texas, I kind of made a name locally in Mississippi, and I kind of always had a relationship with all of the JUCOs in the area. So I wanted to come home, do my 2 years, finish my major. Then I decided to go out of state.
Okay. And do you have an idea of where you want to go in the future, or are you wide open
And
to whatever comes?
it doesn't matter to me. Whatever opportunity presents itself.
Okay. Now let's go back a little bit. Obviously, I see by your jersey you play for FC Dallas Club. Do you play club only, or you play club and high school ball?
I played club and high school. I played for Murrah High School here in Jackson, Mississippi, and we've actually just finished our season. So in about a few weeks, I'll be heading back to Texas to finish my season with FC Dallas.
Okay. All right. Now, how long ago did you commit?
Um, Probably, if I'm being honest, probably about a week ago. I mean, it was kind of lingering in my mind. It was either leave out of state or stay in state. But, because of recruiting restrictions and things like that, I decided to stay home. So,
Okay. Well, obviously, COVID has been an issue in recruiting. Were you able to take many visits, or was it mostly virtual, or how did you reach out to coaches?
most of the coaches I talked to, they took me on virtual visits on like WhatsApp, or they'll just send me a link so I can go and look at all the things on their website. And the only visits I really went to were Jones College in Mississippi and Mississippi Gulf Coast and Southwest Community College. So mostly local schools.
Okay. Was that by design, or if COVID wasn't an issue, would you have gone to more schools, or you pretty much knew that you wanted to stay close to home and stay in state?
Um, I probably would have left if COVID didn't hit, because a lot of teams they have returning seniors, so they're not adding that many more people to their roster. So I want to go somewhere where I'll be pretty much guaranteed to play my first year in college.
Okay. And you beat me to my next question. Obviously, you want to go somewhere where you can play immediately. Was that a big factor in where you chose?
Well, it played a part in it. I do like competitiveness. I don't mind competing for a spot, and if a person is just better than me, then that's that. But eventually, I want to work for it and become a starter.
Okay. And now, what kind of player is Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College getting?
Um, and I don't really like toot my horn, but I would say I'm a rather good player. I'm a part of the Regional 3 ODP team. We'll be taking a trip to Barcelona later this year. Um,
Okay.
I play for FC Dallas, which not many people have the opportunity to do. And there's not a lot of players out of Mississippi that play for professional academies or select teams. So it's really a blessing.
Okay. And now, you say you play for FC Dallas and you go back to Texas. So, do you do virtual school while you're in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, are you at the residential academy at
No,
FC Dallas? Okay. So you just
I'm still doing.
playing. Okay. Um, because a lot of parents would want to know, because here we don't have, residential academies. We don't have an MLS team.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. Now you mentioned you play ODP. So obviously you Region 3, and you mentioned you guys are going to Spain this year.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Hopefully that'll come through, and hopefully they can keep the COVID numbers down. How would you say ODP helped your career going forward?
It really exposed me to the high level that U.S. soccer should be at. I mean, being around people that's your skill level and that may be better than you. I mean, it just encourages you to get better, because a lot of times people in the lesser known states, like I'm from Mississippi, we didn't have like the high level of soccer like states like Texas, Georgia, Tennessee. Like Mississippi only has a USL2 team. We don't have ECNL, MLS, nothing like that. So it kind of exposed me to the higher levels of U.S. soccer.
Okay. Now, for kids from a small town or a small state like you, what advice would you give them as far as chasing their soccer dreams?
I mean, all the exposures in the bigger states. I mean, a lot of my friends that are playing academy now, like in Colorado Rapids, they're committed to Division Ones, And I know some of my friends personally that they still live in, they used to live in Mississippi, but they would travel to Birmingham just to go practice with Bert Boosa, and they ended up playing Division One. So, I mean, sometimes you have to make that sacrifice to go and travel out of state to achieve your dreams. It takes sacrifice to get to where you want to be.
Okay. Now, what position do you play, or what positions do you play?
Well, I mainly play as an attacking mid, but sometimes I can play defensive mid or as an outside back.
Okay. Where do you want to play in college? I mean, what positions? Does it matter, or?
It really doesn't matter. I mean, I was raised, to play all around the field, so I'm not specific to one position. I enjoy the game wherever I am, so it doesn't matter to me.
All right. Okay. Now let's say you get to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College and you just show out, and FC Dallas comes calling and say they want you on their USL team, or I don't know. I assume they have teams below MLS and MLS. If you had your druthers, would you stay with the college route, or would you sign with FC Dallas?
Well, it would pretty much be like I'm skipping a step if I went to FC Dallas. But, playing college soccer in 2021 is that good, because since the COVID pandemic hit, everybody's not getting the same chance. And, people are being forced to go to like the lower tiers of U.S. soccer. So Division III, JUCO, NAIA, those programs are getting more great players. So to be able to skip that step, it would be great.
Okay. I lost my train of thought here. My dog was barking. But when you talk with the coach at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, did was he up front with you and say you may start, you may not, or did he say you probably start, or what was that conversation like going into your recruitment?
Well, I was a pretty well sought after recruit, so I would naturally I would think that would start, but I mean, you never know when you get there. So I mean, we have a lot of talent coming from all over the South, so I mean, we can only find out once we get there. There's nothing I can say about that.
Okay. Did you get a chance to play against any of those guys that are coming in with you, or any of the guys that are there now? Have you ever played against or with them?
Yeah, I played some against some of those guys locally, and when I used to play club back in Mississippi or in high school. So it would be great to be teammates with them now.
Okay. And what are you looking forward most to in college?
just the experience, to enjoy the college experience. I mean, not everybody is blessed enough or gets the opportunity to play at the next level. So I want to enjoy it and try to go as far as I can with it.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing some big things from you and be following your career. I know probably never get out of Texas, but check out some games online. And, who knows, maybe 2026, I'll turn on the TV and see, starting at defensive mid, Michael Bell. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, Michael, I know you got a lot of stuff to do and got better things to do than talk to an old man. So I'm going to let you go, but I really appreciate you hanging out with us and giving some good advice to the players coming behind you. And tell your mom I said hello. She's a great group member. And I wish you all the best in college.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Michael, and you have a great evening.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.